boys and girls, today we will be creating an artwork inspired by the famous painting Starry Night, which was created by the famous painter Mr. Vincent Van Gogh. Starry Night is one of the most recognized pieces of art in the world. It is absolutely everywhere. Now, let's take a moment to analyze this painting. Notice the brushstrokes. For the sky, they swirl, each dab of color rolling with the clouds around the stars and the moon. This gives it some sense of movement. For today's artwork, we will be creating a drawing of a snowman inspired by Starry Night. For today's artwork, you will need a white sheet of paper, a pencil and eraser. You will also need crayons. You will be needing specifically the color black, green, red, yellow, blue, and purple. You may also use color pencils if you have them with you. Now, let's begin by first drawing out our snowman. If you happen to have a ruler in hand, you may measure about 2 inches from the top to indicate where the snowman's head will begin. If you don't have a ruler, you may use about 3 fingers space to indicate where your snowman's head will begin. And you will also indicate right at the bottom using a little dot where you will be connecting your snowman's head to the bottom of your page. Right from the edge of our paper, we will draw a big half circle using a curved line. And this is going to be our head for our snowman. Let's continue by drawing our snowman's nose. First, you might want to determine where your nose will be placed. Now, to create a carrot nose, all you have to do is begin with the curved line and connect 2 lines together as if it were a triangle. Now we're going to continue by deleting the line that is going right through the middle of our nose. Once you have finished erasing your line, you will then proceed by adding details to make our nose look more like a carrot. Now let's continue by drawing the snowman's mouth. We will do so by creating a circle right at the middle, and then you will then add a curved line to create a tongue for your snowman. And finally, let's add the eyes for our snowman. This snowman is going to be looking up. So, for our eyes, you can simply draw them by creating circled and oval shapes. Let's not forget the eyebrows as well. Once you have finished drawing your snowman, you are going to grab your black crayon and outline your drawing. Let's continue by coloring in the eyes, mouth, and nose for our snowman. Let's not forget coloring in our tongue as well. Once you are finished coloring in your snowman, it is time to move on to create our scarf. Using a 1-fingered space, you will create your scarf by using curved lines. You may also add additional details such as stripes to your scarf. Now remember, you need to use contoured lines in order to give a roundness appearance. And finally, we will create the top hat for our snowman. Now, to create your top hat, you can give a one-fingered space in between the nose and start your top hat by creating a large curved line. Once you're finished creating the curved line, you will bring down 2 lines straight down from both edges. You will connect using another curved line and another curved line in the middle as well. Now we created the bottom of our top hat. It's time to create the top part of the top hat. So again, using one-fingered space, we will determine where our hat will begin and our hat will end. And the next step is simple. You will just bring out 2 straight lines right up to the top to the edge of your paper. You may add additional details to decorate your top hat as well. And of course, once finished with your top hat, make sure to outline as well. Now it's time to recreate the sky from Vincent Van Gogh's famous painting, Starry Night. You may start off by creating a spiral and bring out a curved line to the edge of your paper. You will continue to create the same pattern, but this time your curved line will go to the other side. Now, let's move on recreating the moon. You will create a simple half moon shape. Once you're finished creating the half moon shape, you will go ahead and color in using your yellow crayon. Creating your stars are fairly simple. You start off with one dot right at the center, and you continue by creating dashed lines around it. You can continue to create more lines onto your drawing. Once you have finished creating your stars, then you will go back to your moon and create your dashed lines. Now, you are going to layer several colors using the same pattern or same dashed lines around your stars and moon, as well as swirl lines. As you can see, these broken lines give some thickness to our drawing. Don't forget to add your dashed or broken lines to your swirls of wind as well. This is going to make our swirls of wind brighter and thicker. Now it's time to begin filling in our sky using the blue color. You will continue creating your dashed lines or your broken lines to fill in your sky. Now it's very important to remember to create these lines close together. We don't want too much space in between them. Just as we did with our stars, we will also layer several colors. You will continue after using the blue to use the color purple. And lastly, you will add some depth or darkness to it by adding black lines. It is very, very important to remember that you are not to color in your sky. You are to fill it in using broken lines. Once you have completed your sky, you may apply the same technique to color in or fill in the details, such as your scarf as well as your top hat. You did it! You just created an amazing artwork inspired by Vincent Van Gogh. Great job, artist!